Have you ever noticed the little button in your car labeled Eco and wondered whether it actually saves fuel or if it's just a clever marketing trick? Some drivers swear by it while others avoid it because they think it makes their car feel sluggish. The truth is that Eco mode really does change how your vehicle behaves, but probably not in the way many people imagine. Today, we're taking a closer look at what happens behind the scenes when you press that button, how it helps improve fuel economy, and why different manufacturers implement it in different ways. Let's uncover what Eco mode actually does right here on History of Simple Things. Long before cars had digital dashboards and drive mode buttons, improving fuel economy depended almost entirely on the driver's habits. During the oil crises of the 1970s, rising fuel prices encouraged automakers to develop engines, transmissions, and aerodynamics that used less fuel. As electronic engine management became common during the 1980s and 1990s, computers gained the ability to control throttle response, fuel injection, and gear changes far more precisely than before. By the late 2000s, many manufacturers introduced selectable driving modes, including Eco mode, allowing drivers to prioritize efficiency with the press of a button instead of changing their driving style manually. One of the biggest misconceptions is that Eco mode somehow makes the engine itself more efficient. In reality, the engine doesn't suddenly become better at burning fuel. Instead, the vehicle's computer changes how various systems respond to the driver's inputs. The biggest change is usually throttle mapping. Modern cars use electronic throttle control rather than a direct cable connecting the accelerator pedal to the engine. When Eco mode is activated, pressing the accelerator by a certain amount results in a smaller throttle opening than it normally would. The car still has full power available if you press harder, but it encourages smoother, gentler acceleration that naturally uses less fuel. Automatic transmissions also play a major role. Under normal driving, the transmission balances performance and economy. In Eco mode, however, it often shifts into higher gears sooner and keeps the engine running at lower revolutions per minute, or RPM. Lower RPM generally means the engine consumes less fuel during steady driving. Instead of holding a lower gear for quick acceleration, the transmission prioritizes efficiency whenever possible. If you suddenly need more power, for overtaking for example, the transmission will still downshift when necessary. Eco mode delays that response slightly, but it never removes the engine's available power. Many vehicles go beyond the engine and transmission. Air conditioning is one of the biggest consumers of energy in a car, especially on hot days. When Eco mode is enabled, the climate control system may reduce the compressor's workload, cycle it less frequently, or soften the fan speed. The cabin may take slightly longer to cool, but the engine, or the battery in an electric vehicle, uses less energy overall. Hybrid and electric vehicles often make even more adjustments. They may favor electric propulsion for longer periods, increase regenerative braking, or alter how the battery delivers power. Because electric motors respond instantly, these vehicles can optimize energy use even more effectively than conventional petrol or diesel cars. Eco mode works best during everyday commuting, motorway cruising, and steady driving where rapid acceleration isn't necessary. Smooth traffic allows the system to keep engine speeds low and minimize unnecessary fuel consumption. Drivers who naturally accelerate gently may notice only a small improvement because they're already driving efficiently. However, Eco mode offers less benefit during stop-and-go traffic with constant hard acceleration, steep mountain climbs, or when towing heavy loads. In these situations, the engine needs extra power regardless of the selected driving mode. The system may even temporarily ignore some Eco settings if maximum performance is required for safety. Not every fuel-efficient car comes with an Eco mode button. In many newer vehicles, especially hybrids, the car's computer is already programmed to make constant adjustments for efficiency without requiring any driver input. Some manufacturers also choose to integrate fuel-saving strategies into the normal driving mode, making a separate Eco setting unnecessary. Whether the feature is visible as a button or works automatically behind the scenes, the goal remains the same: reducing unnecessary energy use whenever driving conditions allow. So, does Eco mode actually work? Yes, but it's not a miracle button. Studies and manufacturer testing generally show that fuel savings depend heavily on driving conditions and driver behavior. Someone with aggressive driving habits may see a noticeable improvement because Eco mode discourages sudden acceleration. A careful driver may experience only modest gains because they were already using fuel efficiently. Ultimately, Eco mode is less about changing the engine and more about changing the driver's interaction with the car. By softening acceleration, adjusting transmission behavior, and reducing energy used by supporting systems, it helps many drivers consume less fuel without requiring any mechanical modifications. It won't transform every journey, but when used in the right conditions, that simple little button can make a surprisingly meaningful difference over thousands of miles. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.